if Sexy Red was more suburb, you feel me? If Glorilla's voice was a little bit lighter, both of them would still be in the hood right now, probably working at a warehouse somewhere. It fit what the industry was trying to do with the whole ghetto female rapper image or whatever like that. If Ice Spice was my skin complexion and super skinny, or you add 50 pounds onto her, she would be in the Bronx right now still, you feel me? If it came out that Fabulous, if all his clothes was fake, that would look crazy on him. His career wouldn't be over because he's a great rapper, but it would look crazy on him. If it came out back in the day that 50 Cent didn't get shot 9 times, people would have looked at him crazy, you feel me? One of the most underrated things about the rap industry, and labels put money behind artists, and why we appreciate certain artists is image, how these rappers look, how they carry themselves, all that kind of stuff like that. You feel me? There's a reason why, like I say it might be because the music is important, but the reality is good music can be manufactured. You feel me? You put these artists around the right producers. That's one of the big things right there. They're getting top level producers. You feel me? You put a good label budget behind them. You put they background behind them, their whole neighborhood, they're going to go up regardless. You feel me? These niggas spend every day in the studio. Even a worst rapper can come up with some hits after a while. If you pay attention, Gucci Mane, Young Thug, these rappers came out with some amazing songs, but you gotta think about it. Young Thug probably have 100 amazing songs out right now, but let's be real, he probably recorded 2,000-3,000 songs in his life. So it ain't like this nigga's like, oh my god, some big prodigy. Most of these rappers ain't no big prodigies, bro. They just doing enough music to where, if you drop 100 songs, you're gonna have 10 hits. Let's be real about it, you feel me? But so anyway, one of the big things about rappers popping off, whether it's Lil Baby, Gunna, whoever, is the image, the way people carry themselves. You feel me? It's the same thing for real life. You feel me? If you're going to the gym and you want to get a personal trainer, you're gonna want to get somebody that got abs. You feel me? You get a girl that you want to take to the prom, you want to get a baddie. You don't want to get the ugliest chick in the school. I mean, you could if her personality right, but you really don't want to do that. So one of the big things about the industry, the rap industry and stuff like that, is rappers' images. You feel me? And that's a very, very, very important thing. And even for a dude like Young Thug, his image played a big part in it. I don't know if y'all remember, but Young Thug always been that nigga, but it took him a minute to kind of heat up a little bit. Like, he was having trouble for some years kind of getting in the right direction, you feel me? 2014, 2015, he dropped 2 Cup stuff and Danny Glover and all that kind of stuff, and he was doing alright. He got signed, but he couldn't reach the charts. His shit wasn't selling. People wasn't really buying into him. That's when he started changing his name to Sex, Jeffrey, all that kind of shit like that. And it probably wasn't until, let's say, 2017, 2018, pick up the phone and all that kind of shit, where he kind of took off a little bit more. So even after he blew up, it took him about 2-3 years to kind of get the ball rolling and really be able to chart and shit like that. But one of the things that kind of made Young Thug really sell, which is one of the things that made a lot of rappers blow up, is the image, bro. You feel me? 6'3" dude, 120 pounds, tats everywhere, jewelry, real hood nigga, really from the trenches. It felt like a hood rock star almost, bro. It felt like, this is a celebrity. You feel me? Like, when you look at a rapper, when you look at any kind of celebrity, it's supposed to feel like, this nigga is a celebrity. And that's one thing that Young Thug had when he first came out. Young Thug had that aura, you feel me? He had his own lingo. He dressed differently than everybody else. He looked differently than everybody else. He just stood out, bro. Same thing with even somebody like Wiz Khalifa. Niggas don't know. Wiz Khalifa low-key lost his aura too, you feel me? Wiz first came out, super pot smoker, tats everywhere. Wiz had aura when he first came out. Maybe like some years later, he started dressing like a hobo, you feel me? So his aura went down, like weird. He had like a weird beard, doing all kind of weird shit, dressing weird to where his aura went down. But when Wiz first came out, he had the aura. Wiz had niggas want to go get tats. Wiz had niggas wearing Chuck Taylors and hats like this with a P on it and shit like that. So Wiz had aura. Niggas are buying into no homo. Niggas are buying into rappers' auras, you feel me? Niggas are truly buying into rappers' auras. That's one of the main selling points, though, where even for rapper not selling nothing, their aura, the way they carry themselves will precede even the music. especially nowadays in the social media era. So a lot of people have been wondering like why, like what's going on with Young Thug, people clowning him, and and the reality is, bro definitely lost his aura. You feel me? His last album was good, bro. But the whole thing we know Young Thug for, he lost it, bro. You feel me? Which is sad because he's still him, but he was known for being a fun dude, dropping good music, you feel me? Wearing that fly shit. He still wear fly shit, but the fly shit don't really fit his body type no more, you feel me? Before he was 6'3", 120, nigga. That's like the size of model. So he was wearing model clothes and designer, and it was fitting him right. Now he's wearing designer clothes now. It's looking like somebody's uncle, you feel me? Before Young Thug looked like a celebrity. Now he looks like your cousin that live around the corner. You feel me? And, you never want to bring up weight or nothing like that, because I heard when he was that skinny, he was on drugs and shit like that. And you would never want somebody to go crazy on drugs. But the reality of it is that that's a look that kind of fit him. And I would never really want to speak on another man look or nothing like that, or tell him to do this and do that. But the reality is we are buying into things. You feel me? Even when Ice Spice slimmed down, she knew y'all got to put that weight back on, because people are rocking with me because I'm thick. I have to stay thick. People are not going to buy into this, you feel me? So outside of a homie kind of gaining weight and shit like that, which for most rappers, gaining weight never really looks good, because the reality is you're doing what most of us don't want to do. Like, unless you like 100 pounds, most people really don't want to gain weight. You want to stay in shape. You want to look healthy. You feel me? So unless you a twig or something like that, that's one thing. If you put on muscle, niggas respect that. But if you look like you just been in the crib eating Cheerios and hot dogs from 7-Eleven and shit, niggas, it just look crazy, bro. Everybody gain weight from time to time and shit like that, but he just looks unhealthy. Then when you add in the fact that he keeps dissing Gunna and he's bitter and shit like that, he's seeming bitter, bro. So he's not only physically unhealthy, but now he's mentally unhealthy, bro. Dude just looks miserable, you feel me? Just recently, he got back all his cars, you feel me? He got back a bunch of jewelry, like pretty much like $10 million or something like that, in assets that was taken away, that was seized during his case or whatever like that. So hopefully bro can get shit jumping, you feel me? He's recalibrating too. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Starting a new label, signing new artists. He's moving on mentally from the betrayal. That betrayal crushed that nigga, bro. Like, the betrayal from Gunna and all that shit like that shit crushed him, because Young Thug was somebody who built his image his whole life on helping others and being a part of the team. So when this whole team turned its back on him, he got to build a whole new reality, you feel me? So now he's in LA with his girlfriend and probably his kids and shit like that, just by himself in this new label. So niggas have to rebuild themselves and really figure out who they are, you feel me? But the reality is Young Thug definitely lost his aura, bro, and his initial image was very important for who he was. He lost his aura. Do I think he can get it back? No, because what's the point of getting it back, dog? The nigga's already filthy rich. He already always gonna be Young Thug, you feel me? And niggas do get older, bro, you feel me? You can't recreate what he was doing in 2017, 2019, 2018. Can't recreate it. The advice I would give him is, just lay low, continue putting out good music, get back healthy, and just do you, dog. Get back in the right headspace, bro. But at the end of the day, you are a thug. You are damn near an Atlanta legend in my eyes, bro. Like, Young Thug, then he surpassed Jeezy to me, but he definitely surpassed like a T.I. or Ludacris or somebody like that. But Digital Thugs him out. Like, comment, subscribe.